Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Instant Replay. I'm your host, Zoeb Naqvi, and I've got my two boys in the building.
This is Saarim Mujtaba.
Atef Mujeeb from down south, baby. Let's go.
We have got a great episode for you guys today. Remember when we talked about how we thought the finals were going to go in the beginning of the year?
Yeah.
Let's turn it all around. Because
100%
shit
with
has
everything
gone
happening
down.
now. Craziness. This is about to be the most exciting basketball of the season, I personally think. And we're going to be talking about who we think is actually going to end up in the finals this time.
So stay tuned and enjoy this episode because we had a lot of fun making it.
Let's do it!
Oh! It's an utter disaster in what we thought was going to happen in the beginning of the season. I'm pretty sure everybody walked into this season thinking, what? Golden State Cleveland rematch in the NBA Finals.
No, I walked into the season thinking Orlando Magic were going to do crap, and that's exactly what they're doing.
I think you had pretty high hopes for Orlando Magic.
At least we're not a team that has false hopes of winning a championship that's unattainable.
That's not true.
Putting it out there.
Yeah, that's not.
And that became
more
true. No. I'm sorry. And as of now, the position you guys are in, this just became a little bit more true with this injury of the most important Raptor on your team.
Well,
just putting it out there.
If he comes back pretty strong, and this is Larry's MO for the past couple of years, he gets injured towards the end of the season, and then we have to pick up, and our playoff run is sort of it's lacklustered. This year, though, we've got a couple of new guys on the team that help us on the defensive end, and we all know that playoffs are all about defense and slowing the game down.
But also at the same time, go ahead, you can say that. Mr. Serge Ibaka, who Orlando graciously gifted to you guys. I'm just gonna put that out there.
And thank you so much for that.
No problem. But you guys also have now a player that you're gonna have to give a max contract to potentially next year because somebody else is gonna throw a max contract at Serge Ibaka. But his defense has actually been declining over the past couple of years, and I'm pretty sure that's evident right now. But so this is before we even get started on what we're talking about. So what we are talking about today, guys, is the fact that the power rankings from the beginning of the season to now, I'm pretty sure we can all say it's been a little change because the 100% finals we thought we were going to watch, I personally don't think that's going to be the finals we're going to have this year. Golden State and Cleveland,
wow.
I don't think it's going to happen anymore.
Wow.
So I'm going to put it out there since we're already on the topic of the Raptors. With Lowry out, like I said, he is the best Raptor player and the most important Raptor player. Yes, you have DeMar DeRozan who's going bananas right now offensively, but Lowry is the fulcrum of Toronto's fourth-ranked offense. This guy was averaging career-high 22.8, shooting 42% from the three-point line. So it's one of those things. This guy, and he was the steady powerhouse. He was the person that everybody leaned on in order to get you guys through games. Yes, you have DeMar with the clutch buckets every now and then. Of course, you need that. But I want you to hear this stat. This is really staggering. The Raptors' offensive rating drops from 116 points to 106.9 points with Lowry off the court.
This is true.
And
then also
defensive.
Toronto and then defensively slips as well. Overall, Toronto is staggering. 12.7 points per 100 possession, better when Lowry is on the floor. I'm putting this out there. Defensively, this guy is also very important, like you said.
None of us doubt what you're saying here, Atef. I'm sure Saarim agrees as well. We all know that he's an all-star. Naturally, if he's not there, then our team is not going to be as good without him there. That being said,
exactly.
The Raptors are sitting at the fourth seed. The Raptors have in my opinion, a great backup point guard in Corey Joseph who can do his thing. And the Raptors are 20-8 with Corey Joseph starting. So it's not like you have someone that's like it's not time for us to hit the panic button because realistically Lowry, or at least he's scheduled to be back before the playoffs or right at the playoffs, basically.
But you gotta also remember, teams are also trying to make sure their fan base does not implode on them either by saying, "Oh, it's just a small procedure, small injury or something. Well, he'll be back by playoffs." It's one of those things. Fine, he misses the regular season, but to get back into motion and get back on your team, regain that. I'm not saying there's going to be chemistry loss, but you get what I'm saying, like that fluidity of the game to get it back while you're in the most important stage of the NBA season in the playoffs. I think that's extremely hard reintegrating yourself when you've lost that sense of flow with your team.
And that's true because Lowry hasn't played ball with Ibaka. He hasn't played ball with PJ Tucker yet. So I agree that there may be a ramp-up period that is needed for Lowry to come back and assimilate himself. This surgery, I was reading, if it goes well, he'll be back with a week and a half left into the playoffs. So he'll get a few games in with these guys. Again, we're not talking about scrubs here. We're not talking about guys that these are character guys in PJ Tucker and Serge Ibaka that have presence about them, that know how to work in winning teams.
Exactly. But what you're saying is you're right. These guys are seasoned veterans. They're understanding of the team. They know their strengths. That they know what they bring to the team. But at the same time, like you said, if everything goes according to plan, now this is everything going according to plan, he comes back with a week left in the season. Now you're testing Dwayne Casey like, okay, Am I going to rest some of my players before the playoffs?
So let me ask this question to you and Saarim, Atef. Are you guys hitting the panic button? Because to me it sounds like you guys are about to hit the panic button, and I'm like super comfortable here. I have no problem.
I hit the panic button for you guys right when it was announced that it was a lot more serious than imagined. Because remember, think about this way. The Washington Wizards that I think I noted or said somewhere, I think it was in our group chat that we talked about it. Washington Wizards got a whole lot better, and they're continuing. Bogdanovich, whatever his name is. I told you this guy was going to bring an old offensive punch, and he's been a factor in the games they've been winning. But you guys right now, where are you guys sitting? The 4 seed, 5 seed, somewhere around there? Yeah.
Atef, what's our record with Lowry not there since the All-Star break? Does anyone know here? I'll tell you what it is. It's 4-2. So I don't know why we're all like panicking. We beat Boston without Lowry. I mean, why are we all panicking all of a sudden?
I completely agree. We're not.
You're also winning. You're also winning on DeMar game-winning shots. You guys are not, and you guys are beating teams. Yes, these are the 2-3 seeds. You guys might be beating people, but remember, this is not Cleveland. You need to be at your complete health. But
Atef, let me tell you one thing. Let me tell you, we're only playing 6 teams over the next 20 or 21 games that we have remaining that are above 500. 3 of which
we have the
are
4th
the
easiest
Pacers.
Schedule according to the NBA. Keep going, Saarim.
Yeah, and 3rd easiest in the East, 4th easiest overall. We're going to be winning most of these games, even if we do end up beating New York by 1 game. The one thing that I am concerned about is we need to somehow get to 3rd seed or even hopefully 2nd seed. We're not that far out.
You're thinking exactly like me, man. We're thinking the same wavelength, Saarim. We can't face Cleveland in the 2nd round. That's all.
No, we need Lowry to assimilate himself with the new people on the team. We're not that far off, guys. We're not
at all.
2 games, 2.5 games?
Time out for a second. You guys are saying you're not that far off. Inevitably, you have to face Cleveland, correct?
Absolutely.
So whether you guys face them in your 2nd round or in the conference,
it's a big difference because you have 7-game series to get, like you said, Atef, get Kyle Lowry acclimated with the presence of Serge Ibaka and PJ Tucker and all these guys. You have an extra series to do that before you face Cleveland.
And that's what I'm saying. So you think it's that easy to assimilate an all-star with 2 really important rotational pieces in the playoffs?
It's that much easier if you get an extra series versus facing Cleveland right away in the 2nd series. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you have 1 extra series, you can actually...
It's also... But remember, you guys are also facing the Hawks potentially right in the 1st round and then the Cavs. Okay, fine. Hawks are not going to they are not going to be easy to beat.
No, I don't think anyone's going to be easy to beat.
I would much rather face Washington over the Hawks, to be perfectly honest with you.
What?
Listen. No, I disagree with him, so we don't agree on that page.
Well, doesn't matter.
Washington is freaking rolling right now. John Wall's playing the best basketball of his freaking career.
Okay,
right
listen
now.
to me.
And
We
again,
want to be
Lowry's
in a
great
position.
defender.
Yeah, but still, like I don't like Washington either. But between Washington and Cleveland in a second round series, so I want the Toronto Raptors to go to the third seed and then win the first round, which would be not Hawks. It would be, I think, Indiana or Chicago, one or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So we face that team in the first round, which, again, I don't expect it to be easy because we know it went to 7-game series last year with the Pacers. In the second round, would I rather face Cleveland or would I rather face Washington? Both hard teams, but I would much rather face Washington. Come on, guys.
No questions asked.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. I guess my thinking, and I guess you're right. You get an extra series to get.
I am right. Say it again, Atef. I am right.
Another thing to know about Lowry has the second best real plus minus in the league. So he, after Chris Paul, he is the best point guard in the league by the numbers.
And guys, listen, also think about this, okay? I get it, he's injured.
Questionable. Gonna put that out there. Questionable.
I get it. He's injured, but I mean, at least it's not like a leg injury or like a KD injury where he's like hurt himself. That's pretty bad. Like, it's a hand injury and it's not necessarily gonna affect his explosiveness or his ability to go back and forth or even his ability
shot,
to.
Dude, that's his shot.
Or even
that's his
yeah,
shot.
yeah. But or even his
thing-
ability to keep his stamina up. You know what I mean? Like in the event of like someone who injures their legs is far more likely to be questionable in terms of their explosiveness, is far more likely to be questionable in terms of their stamina because they can't run on it. They can't stay in shape on it.
Right?
Right? Like it's different. I would rather have a hand injury and work on my shot. Obviously, I get it. The shot is important, but I'd rather have a hand injury than my ability to cut, run, keep in shape. All that stuff comes into question.
Also, Atef, with the hand injury, you're right. The shooting is going to be a concern. But when Lowry's playing, DeRozan is shooting 11.5% better. Naturally, I'm sure it's across the board for all the guys that will be scoring are going to have a better percentage with Lowry on. So if we do have him on for an extra series, it gives guys like Ibaka who shoot the ball to be able to get a little bit better and understand how Lowry operates. And that's why we need to get to the third spot or the second spot. We're only half a game away from Washington, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why. I think it's totally reasonable for us to get to the third or second spot. If we get to the third, I'm comfortable because then we don't face Cleveland in the second round. Obviously, every series is going to be important. We're not good in the playoffs in the history, like in our past. Yeah, we beat everyone in the 7th round, but our players, their 2 best players, haven't performed well. But, I mean, we know that going in, if we can minimize the amount of chances that we have to face a powerhouse like Cleveland and push them as far as we can so we can build that chemistry, that's where I'm coming from.
All right, fine. All right, so
that leaves.
We keep talking about Cleveland.
That leaves Cleveland. Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. They don't have the easiest schedule out. Not to say that. I mean, you have LeBron James, so you can pretty much guarantee that you have a great chance of winning every game. But still, you're facing San Antonio, you're facing Boston, you're facing Atlanta twice, you're facing the Raps.
Saarim, I mean, who cares about their schedule, man? They're gonna be number 1 in the East. They just picked up Andrew Bogut and Deron Williams. Let's be real. Who cares?
Exactly.
Boston has a pretty easy schedule. Boston has a pretty easy schedule right now, and this is a very far-fetched thought, but they're only two and a half games away from Cleveland right now. Okay.
Oh man.
What if?
Are you calling it? Saarim, call it. Saarim, call it. Are you calling it that Boston is gonna take over on the first seed in the East?
You never go against the king.
Testing you, Saarim.
You never go against the king. It'd just be interesting to see somebody else other than LeBron James with the number 1 seed in the
Saarim,
Eastern
I want
Conference.
you to say it. I want you to say it. If you're gonna believe what you're saying, say it. Let's hear it. Are you picking Boston?
That is insane.
I'm just putting it out there for people to think about.
Oh no!
Wait, how?
So you don't believe it?
Do any of us know how long LeBron's been the number 1 team since he's been playing?
I don't know.
Most of the years, I think in Miami, actually, I don't think he was in Miami. I think one of the years they weren't the number 1 seed.
Chicago was number 1 for 1 year with
youngest MVP. Then
Okay,
it's
who
been.
blew out his knee and is nothing now? Okay, go on. Yep.
Oh no, I just said the youngest MVP. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and I said who blew out his knee and is nothing now. Both facts. Both facts.
But okay, so we're back to Cleveland. So
You've
what do
added
you guys-
D-Well. You've added Bogut.
Yeah.
You've added Corver. D-Well. Okay, so this is a crazy stat. I just realized this year off the bench, not a single Cav player had more than 4 assists. D-Well comes in his second game. I believe he has 7 assists. This is the playmaker
That's
that
exactly.
LeBron
I was actually
asking
going to
about.
allude to that as well. Yeah. Yo, you took the stat right from me, man. That it's so important. This guy's up. I'm sure people forget. There used to be conversations about D. Will or CP3 being the
Exactly.
best point guard in this heyday. That this guy's older, he's wiser. He never lived up to his potential, the talent, but the talent is still there. He can still take over, and now he doesn't have to worry about carrying the offense like he had to in the Nets or in the Jazz anymore. This guy's like, oh, I can bust out and do whatever I want because I have a LeBron to fall back on. I have a Kyrie to fall back on. I have a Kevin Love to fall back on.
Guys, let me ask you this: who is
Go for it.
the best backup point guard now in the league?
Backup point
Yeah,
guard?
Corey
best-
Joe has regressed this year a little bit, and that's
No, it's
been an
Darren
issue.
Williams. That's the trick question. It's Darren Williams, guys.
None. You can't just put him up. Okay, he's had one good game right now. Okay, he didn't play that well in what was he in Dallas right now? He didn't play that well there.
Sorry, are you really saying that he's not going to be the best backup point guard for the remainder of the season?
Yeah,
He's a
I'm
starting
definitely saying
point
he's not
guard
gonna
on
be-
most
I'm gonna-
teams.
He is a starting point guard on most teams, and he will do very well. But I still think Corey Joe is one of the best backup point guards. He's the best backup point guard this year in the league. You gave me a stat. What was his stat? He's 20-8 when he's starting.
Yeah, that's when he starts. Yeah, when he starts.
So I mean that goes to show that he is capable to lead a team.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I think he is definitely a quality point guard, but I'm saying basically you have a veteran.
I'm going to have to go with D. Will.
Yeah, you have a veteran guy who's been an all-star, who's basically carried a team at a certain point in time, and now he's your backup point guard. LeBron James complained, wanted a goddamn playmaker, and suddenly now he has a playmaker. It's great for the Cleveland Cavaliers. What do you guys think
got a
about
playmaker?
Andrew Bogut?
I was just going to ask you guys. Bogut he's ring chasing right now.
Yeah, well, 100%. And then I'm pretty sure this is really, I want you guys to understand that this is super important that the Cleveland Cavaliers got Mr. Bogut. Not only do we know that he's a great defensive center, we know he's a good rebounder. He's a body big. He's an amazing passer in the post. But remember this. Who is the number one team that LeBron is worried about? The Golden State Warriors. This guy was just on the team. This guy,
he knows the secret sauce.
Exactly. This guy has a lot of insight on players on that team,
Yeah.
on coaching schemes on that team. You did not just bring a talented person. You brought a mind full of information about the most dangerous team.
And I agree with you, Atef. I think Andrew Bogut wants revenge, to be quite honest.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Golden State
Dude.
basically got rid of
They
him.
labeled him expendable.
And he wants revenge, and also naturally it's the best shot at winning a ring. I think he purposely went back. I mean, I think the Spurs were interested in Bogut as well, so he could have gone that route as well. But I think he knows if he's playing with the King, he has the best shot. Obviously, the East is kind of
Exactly.
the King's domain. So I mean, it's like his best shot, hands down, comfortably to make it to the finals.
Also, why would you want to face?
Yeah.
Yeah, why would you want to face Warriors in the conference finals rather than the finals? I mean, you can get there on the East for sure. I mean, short of Raptors or Wizards or Boston going crazy and beating the Cavs, which none of us here believe that's going to happen.
In a 7-game series, no. The only people I think will test Cleveland in a 7-game series is Boston.
And Toronto. Yeah,
Boston.
stop hating. And
Toronto.
the Wizards. What about the Wizards, bro? The Wizards, did you not see that amazing game?
it was an amazing game, yes, but in a 7-game series.
Yeah, that was
7
Well,
games.
if I could get 7 of those are going to be the best amazing. That's going to be the best series of all time. Do you see LeBron's shot? That was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's
What's he
amazing.
doing now?
LeBron is. Why? And side question for you listeners out there: why is LeBron not every single year the MVP? Everybody says he's the best player in the world. He's the most important player on that team. There's no way they're nowhere close to number 1 without him. So why is he not the MVP every year? Just putting that out.
Yeah,
Just
I know.
because-
You brought this up in our earlier
Yeah.
MVP podcast episode, right?
Yeah, I just don't understand it. But regardless, we're talking about Golden State Warriors.
So a few things about Golden
Let's
State.
emphasize one of the yes. What was the most important thing that just happened, and that has put the entire NBA in a frenzy? Like, this is the year we need to make for that ring.
KD. And they lost KD
Nah.
for a month at least.
At least, and this is after a picture of him in a wheelchair. They're not even letting him walk.
Guys, so
I don't think it's gonna be a month.
Yeah, so check this out, okay? I was doing some research because I wanted to know what kind of injury he had. And so I didn't know this, but here we go, okay? KD has a grade 2 MCL sprain and a tibial bone bruise. Okay, I looked up MCL sprains. I didn't know all this, okay? So grade 1 MCL sprain, this is what it's defined as. Stretching, slight tearing of the ligament, mild tenderness, swelling. Grade 2, much larger but incomplete tear with moderate pain, swelling, and bruising. And then grade 3, complete tear, obviously. That's the worst. You're out for the season pretty much. That's like Jabari Parker type situation. And so he has a grade 2, so basically one
Which
step
is still
below
a partial tear.
And let me give you guys perspective. Last year, if you recall, Steph Curry had knee issues.
Grade 1.
And he had a grade 1. And now we got a guy who has grade 2.
Exactly.
Okay.
So
Just for
I'm just
perspective.
putting out here. I'm going to reiterate what Mr. Charles Barkley said. Without Kevin Durant, they've got 0 chance at winning the championship.
Okay, let me play devil's advocate to that.
Okay.
They're only 6.7. What was it? Their efficiency only 6.7 points down without Durant. Last year when
Defensively,
Curry
though?
was out, defensively makes a difference. But what I'm saying overall, it's 6.7 difference. When Curry was out last year, it was 15.6. So while it is a big loss to lose your best highest point per game player and rebounder, it's still not as bad as last year losing Curry.
Okay, I know you're playing devil's
What?
advocate.
Whoa,
I know
no,
you're
no.
playing devil's
Completely
advocate,
false.
but that's
Completely
totally
false.
a wrong statement. Anyways, Atef, go ahead.
You can't say it. Last year you had Festus Ezeli. You still had Harrison Barnes to step up. You still had an amazing defensive player. No way, man. No way. Kevin Durant is the focal point of the freaking Golden State Warrior offense. 100%.
You know-
he made everybody else's job easier. Steph Curry was averaging what he was doing. He was doing not doing amazing, obviously, but everybody's game becomes so much easier when you have Kevin Durant on your team.
100% agree.
Now they're like, oh crap.
The one thing though is the reason they'll struggle is because they don't have a bench anymore. Last year they had 8 guys coming off the bench that could shoot well. Now they only have they have 3 guys that can shoot, or 4 guys on the team that can shoot well, and then everybody else is either mediocre or below mediocre. The team average or the league average is, I can't remember what the number is. 4 guys are above that. You have
Yeah. Okay, so I agree
Clay,
with you,
Curry, KD.
Saarim, in the sense, the only thing I agree with you, Saarim, is they have a great starting lineup still. I mean, but they don't have remotely the same level of depth that they had in last year, and to Atif's point.
Nope.
Oh,
And as a result, I do not think this is going to go well for them. You said he's the most points per scorer. Okay, let's put that to the side. But a guy who's rebounding the most for the team goes down, that's huge implications on the team. And on top of that, we haven't even gotten to his defensive presence yet. He's averaging the most blocks on the team. He's averaging 1 steal at least per game. And on top of that, he guards the number 3 spot, right? Or 4, to be quite honest. He guards that spot every game, who is usually a LeBron James, a Kawhi Leonard, any of those kind of stacked players. He guards them. And his length provides them so much comfort, man. Like, that guy is That guy is probably taller than Zaza Pachulia. I don't even doubt that, to be quite honest. So from my perspective, this is devastating. This is a devastating loss, and I don't think.
I don't say it's devastating. What I'm saying is it's a big loss for them. They have a pretty tough schedule ahead, or they have a schedule where they have San Antonio twice, the Rockets twice. They're facing OKC, the Grizz, so it's not like an easy schedule over the next 20 games.
Okay, so let me ask
San
this question
Antonio's
real
only
quick.
2 games behind, by the way. San Antonio's only 2 games behind right now.
Let me ask you this question, Saarim and Atef.
Spurs are about to start chasing.
Let me ask you this question. Saarim and Atef, do you think that San Antonio overtakes the number 1 seed? Go.
Yes.
Yes, 100%. 100%.
Yes. Okay. You know what that means, guys? I just want to make that clear. Who are Golden State facing in the first round?
They're gonna face. This is gonna be great. I can't. Okay, this is a dream come true, by the way. I love this.
This is a dream come true. They faced the Oklahoma City Thunder in the first round. And what do you want? Tell me this is a positive for Golden State. They want to face a team where they know it's going to be an emotional series. They know it's going to be a hostile environment every time they go over, to a point where they had to add security the last time KD came. Like, you're telling me this is a good thing and this helps their chances of going through the Western Conference? I don't think this is a benefit in any way whatsoever.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm saying this because I'm a big Russ fan. I just want to see this series. Can you imagine the first year KD leaves, he goes to face OKC, and maybe Russ pulls this out. If Russ pulls this out, oh my God.
That would be amazing. That's actually why I want the San Antonio Spurs to be number 1, just because that would be the greatest series ever. And not only is it going to be the most fun to watch, Golden State is going to get bruised badly.
Yeah.
This is going to be a very physical. We know the playoffs are physical, but now you're playing against your ex. Woo, it's going to get really. You're going to be leaving with a lot of bruises.
You're playing against
a lot of
ex,
bruises,
and your ex has gotten better as well with picking up Taj Gibson and Doug McDermott, and so that is going to be.
I was just going to bring up Gibson.
That is going to be one hell of a series.
And then even if Golden State gets out of that, I think they have to face the Houston Rockets in the second round.
Yeah, which is another emotional series because you're facing another former teammate.
Yeah. Oh man.
Let's hope this happens. San Antonio keep going, and they've got a pretty easy schedule going forward.
Yeah, so I think I'm of the mindset that San Antonio is only 2 games behind. You know, we just noticed, obviously, Golden State get a back-to-back loss. This is the first one in since 2015.
2015 April.
2015, right? Yep. Exactly. So it's their first one since 2015 of April. So basically 2 years ago almost. And so this is not trending the right way. They don't have the depth to handle this, and I think they're going to continue to slide. Obviously, I think Houston's about 7 games behind, so I don't think Houston catches up, but I do believe that San Antonio, this is their opportunity. They're going to take the first. So this would be the seeding. If Golden State makes it to second, this is their playoff run, okay? First round, OKC. One hell of a series, probably the best series that there's going to be in the playoffs right now. Next, you're going to have Houston Rockets. One hell of a series again. It's going to be crazy, assuming they get past Oklahoma, which is still in question. They go through Houston, and then they face San Antonio with home court. San Antonio has home court advantage. You know what I mean?
Which is huge. Which is huge.
You face the Cavaliers.
And then you face the Cavaliers.
That's probably one of the toughest runs you'll ever have.
Yeah,
you deserve
100%.
A championship after that.
Yeah, if you can beat all those teams and beat Cleveland at the end of the day, then I think you deserve it.
Wait, but let me ask you guys a question. So everybody knows Golden State is going to re-sign Kevin Durant to a max contract.
Okay.
Steph Curry also to a max contract.
Okay.
But are they going to shut down Kevin Durant for the season if they know this is the challenge they're going to have to go up against? Because if you bring him back prematurely and he gets hurt again, what happens for your future of your basketball?
You have to bring him back. You have to bring him back.
I think they might
really
maybe they'll limit his minutes or something. They definitely will limit his minutes to start off. But to be quite honest, I think I think Kevin Durant's going to be in a similar mood where they need to they need to win, man. They brought him in to win in this playoff series, and if he's sitting off in the playoffs, that's not boding well. I mean, you might as well just stop playing now and sit the rest of your players because you're not going to get deep in the playoffs at all.
And if you start shutting your players down now, Cleveland becomes the destination people go to. San Antonio becomes the destination people go to, and that's a problem for you for next year because then you're facing a tougher the second best team in the West gets better. The Cavs get even better. Like, you can't let people who are ring chasing go to those teams. You want to attract them to your team.
Yeah.
And don't forget about Boston, man, with all these picks, and everybody on that team is young right now, man.
Isaiah Thomas is unbelievable.
You got all these picks. They're only going to get better. They're young. Cleveland has I don't know how much of a big window they have because LeBron is aging. I'm telling you, he's aging.
Yeah, so I'm going to go as far as to say if KD doesn't play in the first round, I think Oklahoma walks through Golden State.
Yeah, because
I'm
Warriors have no backup, man.
Oklahoma is going to go through Golden State. I don't think they have the depth to match, like, Oklahoma's depth now. Ennis Cantor coming off the bench.
Right.
They have Steve Adams. How badly do you think they're going to get crushed on the boards? Think about it. Taj Gibson, Steve Adams, Ennis Cantor, Russell Westbrook's averaging 10 boards a game. Are you kidding me? You know what I mean?
Against JaVale McGee.
There's going to be a lot of bruises. There's a lot of bruises.
Yeah, so, I just went recently over to San Francisco last week, and I actually got to watch the Golden State Warriors with KD playing, and I agree. If he's playing and he's back to how he was, it was like watching. I watched the Clippers game live with Golden State. Clippers were leading by 16 at halftime, and by the end of the game, Golden State won by 20. They had a third quarter of 50 points. Like that, it was like watching a video game. It's not even fun to watch that team because it's like so easy for them to walk through their opponents. And so,
it's like it's playing 2K when you're on easy.
Exactly. So if KD doesn't play, I think it'll go. It's not gonna be like Oklahoma sweeps them, but I think Oklahoma will beat them in probably like 6-7 games.
Okay, so right now, guys. Based off of everything we just talked about, what is your finals?
That's tough. That's tough, man. Saarim, you go first. I'm thinking about this.
I was thinking about it too. Okay, so
I'll
go for it.
I already know what the finals is going to be.
Okay.
Put a $100.
Also tell me what the lottery numbers are.
Please tell us, fortune teller.
I'm putting it right now. Kawhi Leonard is coming back for his second Finals MVP against the King LeBron James.
That is
okay. I want to pause for a second there. If Kawhi Leonard is facing LeBron James in the finals, what happens in the finals?
Don't say it.
He is the LeBron stopper.
Don't say it.
He is LeBron stopper.
And
now this year, 25 points per game. His offense is off the charts too.
Yeah,
he is unbelievable.
This morning I was watching highlights from Kawhi facing Minnesota, and it was just disgusting, man. Did he actually? I heard it was a rumor. Did he actually work out with Kobe? I don't know if
he didn't. No, he didn't.
But he's playing like Kobe. He definitely studied him because I'm watching his
definitely studied him.
It's the same thing.
It's the same.
Oh my God.
It's the same.
He's like watching Kobe and he's learning from Kobe because his moves look exactly the same, and I'm kind of like in awe of that. So,
and he's a better three-point shooter than Kobe.
And he's playing on the Spurs. He's playing with the Popovich system. This guy has everything going for him this year.
So to answer your question, Atef, I'll agree with you. I think it's going to be San Antonio taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers in this year's finals. Though I say that very hesitantly because if KD comes back, then I still want the opportunity to change that.
And just because of that, I'm still saying it's Cavs versus Warriors.
Okay.
After all I've said about KD being not that valuable as everybody thinks he is on that team, but it's gonna. I feel like it's just gonna be the rematch again this year. Anything other thing would be extremely surprising.
Okay, we're going even more hypothetical. If it is a rematch, who wins?
Cleveland,
easy.
What?
Easy.
So let me tell you this. This
With
is what happened.
Kevin Durant, it's easy?
Yeah, 100%. I'll tell you why. This is why. Because you
Cleveland
have
Cavaliers favorites, baby. Let's go.
Cleveland Cavaliers have a bench that is that LeBron's. This is LeBron's wet dream right now.
It's the best bench in the league.
LeBron has asked for this for so long. Are you laughing right now?
This is the best team that LeBron James has ever played with.
I'm putting it out there right now. GM of the year, LeBron James. Putting it out there. Putting it out there.
Funny. Yeah.
Against Warriors, who have what's their bench? Like I right now their bench is
John Livingston, Andre Iguodala.
That's it.
I can't name you anyone else.
JaVale.
Don't forget Patrick McCaw and
Ian Clark.
JaVale McGee.
JaVale McGee. Guys, quickly, before we end the episode, what do you guys think of the Shaq JaVale McGee issue?
Shaq's a terrible. I think
man.
Shaq is a terrible TV personality.
Shaq is a bully. That's all he is. He's just a bully.
Really, guys? I think it's hilarious. I think he's totally right.
Nah,
He's
man.
just having fun.
Shaq knows he's the most dominating friggin' center to ever play the game. There's nobody more.
But why do you keep talking about it?
Because he can talk about all he wants. Nobody can challenge him because he's the greatest.
He keeps talking about it because JaVale McGee keeps doing stupid shit.
At the end of the day, that is what it is. He's the goofiest looking player in the league.
Why is he? No, listen. Like I get it. Like it's to me, it's not bullying, but like I just think if JaVale McGee doesn't do stupid stuff, like this is stupid,
bro. It's bullying, bro.
Guys,
if somebody kept talking about you like that, I'm pretty sure you'd turn around and punch him in
stop
the face.
talking
No, but if
about
I keep
JaVale
messing
McGee
up, like I'm
like this-
inbounding for the Phoenix Suns, I go out and inbound for the Phoenix Suns. Come on, I deserve to be made fun of.
Hey guys, stop it. His mom's gonna call us,
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Sorry.
and we'll be in trouble.
Sorry, Mr. McGee. Oh, sorry, Mr. O'Neal.
Yep. All right. Well, I think that's a wrap, guys.
All right.
All right, we got the season is ending very soon. This is going to be pretty. Usually this part of the year, majority coaches will start resting their players.
Yep.
I think this is going to be the funnest ending of the season we've seen in a
Yeah,
long time.
Cleveland's
Hope
not
so.
sending people off. Neither is San Antonio. Neither is Golden State. So yeah, it's gonna be a pretty photo finish end that we always wanted.
Can't wait, man. Can't wait for the playoffs just around the corner. I'm counting down the days.
All right, guys. But don't forget, guys, March Madness starting soon.
Woo!
Got an episode coming your way for that one as well. Watch out. Gonna be crazy.
Can't
Awesome.
wait. Can't wait.
All right, guys. Till next time. Peace.